for Live.
Tonight we'll be meeting two of our dream guests.
We'll be recreating another famous England European Championship disaster.
We'll be saying a big hello to Tord Grip.
Pun?
Watch the show.
They didn't watch the last show.
No.
Never mind, carry on.
But first, a few things we've noticed from watching the tournament so far. Denmark have gone out tonight. We'll miss Thomas Gravesen. He's a really hard player, but very sporting.
Terrible.
Awful.
And a very interesting thing happened at the game tonight. Do you remember that old song, Me and My Shadow?
What are the chances? And Eric Cantona shows why French TV never asked him to be a pundit.
The Euro finals are coming. Holland and France played last Wednesday. What do you expect from those teams at the Euro finals?
What I expect?
Yes.
I don't really care.
Good old Eric. Actually, can we play a bit more of that clip? Because I like Eric really kind of expands on how much he doesn't care.
Yeah, but what I really like about it is the interviewer still tries to make the best of a very bad job.
I'm sorry. I don't follow anymore the game, and then I don't care.
Thank you.
So, Stato, how are you?
Fine, yeah.
No, it's not spontaneous, just leave it.
No, too late.
Yes, people at home now, they'll think we cue that instead of it being spontaneous.
Stato, have you got anything to show us?
Yeah, well, Alex Adler from Bury, he sent us this lookalike he found on a piece of toast.
Is it Tord Grip?
It's Tord Grip. Don't pretend you like the Tord Grip thing now.
No.
Any other emails at all?
Well, we've had an email from Lorna Watson of South West London, and she asked, why don't you do more jokes about footballers' hair?
Well, the thing is, Lorna, you see, is that people who make sort of crappy football comedy things, they do jokes about footballers' hair. We like to think we're a bit above that.
We do.
Although there is one exception, of course. If you've ever been to the Football Comedy Museum, you will see the famous John Dempsey hair clip, and that is a bit special.
What I imagine they'll probably do is they'll release.
Look at that. That really is worth making an exception for, isn't it? It's absolutely extraordinary. And now it's time for another in our series. Gary Devils, the nonsense and the silly. Today, it's the moment we found out that Bobby Robson is dyslexic.
Nice shirt.
Nice shirt. Do you want a noddy on that?
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Okay. Yeah.
AFC.
Did you?
That's the goodest answer too, isn't it? That's a football club. I bought done one because it had AFC on. You see,
Oh, nice.
Abercrombie. Aber's one word. Crombie, C, and Fitch. So it's AF.
Oh, AF.
Yeah, but it could be AFC.
Gary Devils.
Now then, there's a man who's been in the newspapers a lot over the last 2 or 3 days. You'll notice he was actually the 4th official at the Denmark game tonight.
Boo, yes, boo.
Oh,
like a panto villain.
He looked like he heard it, didn't he? He looked around. He looked a bit upset.
He did look
He
a
looked
bit
like a man
upset.
who'd been up all night answering emails.
Yeah.
To me.
Stato, do we have any facts about Urs Meyer at all?
Well, he's 45 years old. He's a grocer by profession. He drives a smart car.
And we got that. Look at that. That actually is Urs Meyer's car. I mean, if you needed any more information that he was a twat.
He drives it's got Urs Meyer on the door of it, look.
And his website there. Look at that, just on the bumper.
And it's got
website.
hello on the front.
Yeah.
So if you do get run over, at least it's sort of polite. Really is his car.
Anything else?
Well, he recently left his wife for Nicole Pettignon, who's actually a referee, and she was the first woman to referee a UEFA Cup match.
He goes out with another referee.
He lives with a referee.
Dear, what will the children be like? Will they come out of the womb like this?
And the towel's a bit confusing because it was like his and hers. You know where the door is if you don't like it. Hey? Look, I thought it was the Graham Norton crow when I saw him come in. I'm still pining for him.
We've got a clip here, which I think will show you just how seriously Urs takes his job. Look at this. OK, firstly, he's doing this ridiculous gesture, right? And now look what he does with his two linesmen. Come on.
But they're official. They've forgotten, you see, that they're stupid, wanky officials,
Yeah.
right? And thank you very much, mate.
Thank you. He hasn't forgotten.
And another thing that we've noticed about Urs Meyer, and this is also very crap, is whereas people usually point... I mean, how would you point, Stato? Kind of like that. Yeah, very good.
Very good,
Very
yes.
good. Urs Meyer does this little fancy thing where he points with his middle finger.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. And actually... He clearly thinks that's me, that's Urs Meyer, the middle finger. Obviously, if you do see him, you can greet him like that, yeah? He actually uses his middle finger to bring on stretcher bearers. Look at this. There you go.
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that. It's ridiculous. We've got actually here, we have here a little model of Urs' actual car. Here it is. I don't know if can you see that all right?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it says Nicole and Urs there. Yeah, actually, while we're here, can I just do something with your shirt? Yeah, I've been wanting to do that all night. But yeah, that's that with the website on it as well. What are those?
Oh, these actually hang in Urs and Nicole's car off the rearview mirror. They are fluffy red and yellow car. Well, I quite like that.
There's a little one. There's a little version of it.
There's a little version of the car that comes on a little thing. Is this actually a...
Oh, that's good.
Actually.
Yeah, it's a whistle. And
by the way, we put in some jokes that don't work so that people at home don't think you laugh at everything.
And this car actually, if you see, it's got indicators on it that actually work. Oh, they're not working. Still, we can always do this instead. That works very well. And now, it's time for a new series. Footballers' lives used to be less glamorous. In this episode, we see how, in the old days, football players were a lot less choosy about who they would pick for roasting.
There's one other thing actually on the celebrity refs thing. They've got loads of stuff going on at the moment. Refs are getting like they're like pop stars. I don't know what they're going to do next.
All the things she said, all the things she said, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. All the things she said, all the things she said, all the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. This is not enough. This is not enough.
Marvellous. Thank you. Is that the doorbell right here? You've got to get them in.
It is the doorbell. Is it our dream guest?
Yeah, they're here a bit early.
I think it is as well. It's Paul Gascoigne and Jennifer Ellison.
Now, normally we go to a break here, but because we're so pleased to have you here, we're going to bring you on early and talk to you early and ask you some big questions. Big questions about England, for example. The first question we'd like to know is, why did the England team always fly back to Luton? OK? Why Luton?
I don't know, maybe, I mean, the last time was when Chris Waddle took that penalty, that's where the ball landed, so when looking for the... I think the real reason is because Heathrow and Gatwick are always busy, and Luton's always on standby for when we have to come back maybe early. You give them a quick call, you know, we're on my way, 2 days' time, get it ready. Or you can do my route, is get the early exit and get kicked out and be there in 5 minutes.
It's just not go.
Yeah. Paul, you've got a book out, haven't you, at the moment?
Yeah, it is, I've just had a book out.
Is that goatee to go with the book and stuff?
It doesn't grow as well as yours.
No, I like your one. It reminds me of somebody, though. Oh, no, just reminds me of somebody.
So, Jen, you're an Everton fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, what do you make of... Do you think Rooney will stay for perhaps another fortnight?
I don't think he'll be staying, to you. I'd like to see him stay, but it's all become about money now, hasn't it? So I think he'll be going somewhere else, either probably Man U or Chelsea.
Yeah.
So how will the Everton fans respond to that then? Will they hate him if he leaves?
I think if you think about it realistically, you know, if he's getting offered like 10 times more than what he is at Everton, then obviously he's going to go. But, you know, they'll probably have a little bit of a chip on the shoulder because he's the star man, isn't he? So to see him go, it's a big blow to Everton. So
He looks like he's eaten a few chips in his time.
What do you make of him, Paul?
He's a great player. Yeah, I mean, I hope he goes on to be world class, me personally. And he showed it already at the age of 18. He had a great tournament. Shame he got injured because I would like to see what he would have done if he was still on the pitch. But like I said, it's just an injury. He'll be back in about 6 weeks and training again. But there's some great opportunities for him.
Whenever you see a young kid like that coming through, do you feel like doing the old arm round the shoulder, don't make these mistakes?
Yeah, now I do. When I can look back at the mistakes I've made, you know, I hope some kid, like I said, takes my advice or whatever, reads the book. And like I said, you know, learn from my mistakes. But, you know, I had a great career and I achieved a lot of things. But I had a camera up my backside wherever I went, so...
Actually right up your backside.
I nearly said I know players get up to the same tricks, but not many people stop a double-decker bus and drive it down London, like, you know, so... maybe if I...
Did you do that? Did you?
Yeah, but I mean,
when was that?
Especially if I had passed my test. No, I was just in London. I said it in the book. I mean, I was stuck in traffic, and you know, and I wanted to move on a bit further, and so I just jumped out the car, and I just asked the guy.
So you could drive in the bus lane?
Yeah, exactly. So I just told the driver to move over, and he moved over and stood in the passenger bit, and I just started driving the bus down the street. And I looked behind, and I had about 70 passengers on the bus, and
how fast did you go?
I got up to about 10-15 miles. Yeah, them gear sticks are hard to change.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just wanted to sound it.
But not anymore. Is it time for our new series?
Well, I think... Hang on a second, I'm fed up with this. Let's see what's happening in the darts. And we'll be talking more to Paul and Jennifer after the break. Well, I've got to ask you about something you said in the paper, which is that you'd quite like to manage England. Is that true?
Oh, I mean, if you wanted to look for targets, I mean, that's a big one to look for. And I would like to be a coach, a good coach and a good manager. And then, I mean, it'd be a dream come true if you manage your own country, you know? Yeah.
Do you think that... Because we get the sense that in the England changing room at the moment, there's no really big characters. There's no one really providing any kind of shouting or any last... Do you think that's true?
Well, I've seen some of it. I mean, not much, though, on the pitch. And it is, you know, when I played in 1990, you've got, like, Terry Butcher storming around the dressing room saying, "This is my home, this is my home," you know.
Right.
And he looked at me, got a bit frightened, but it got you going, you know.
Yeah.
Did he live in the dressing room?
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, sort of.
No wonder he was cross. All these footballers in it the whole time.
Well, you had a few because you played with Psycho and Brian Robson.
Yeah, so it was, you know, it was good when you had that, you know, and it was like when you had the adrenaline flowing as well, and you had them behind you and giving it all that, you know, that means it meant a lot, and it got you going for the games, and you know, you realise what sort of game you were in.
Can we ask you both about the Beckham thing? Because you know, it worried me before the tournament. There was all this stuff about him in the press, and I was worried. The main thing I was worried about was, is that going to affect his game? And I think it did. I mean, what do you think, Jennifer?
it's bound to, isn't it? I know at the end of the day, it's a job, and you know what's going on in his personal life is going to be more important to him.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, it's typical British press. They build you up and then they've knocked them down. And
so I think Rebecca Lewis cost us the European Championship.
Yeah, she did. She did, really.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because obviously he's got so much going on, and yet he's got to go out and perform. And obviously when you've got things on your mind, it's going to affect your game.
But he could have kept his mouth shut, couldn't he, until... She could have kept her mouth shut until after we'd won it.
Yeah. Funnily enough, shall we have a look at this?
Oh, yes.
This is a book called Keep Love Alive, which we found, which is quite an old book. And if you look there on solving sexual problems, I think you'll work out that that is, in fact, Victoria. Can you see?
It really is. She did a bit of modelling in those days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's Beckham looking pretty much like he did against Portugal.
Yeah.
They're going to get closer.
Eh?
They're going to get closer. What do you make of it, Paul? Because you've seen the superstar thing, and does it have an effect in the end? Are they all going to turn against him now, do you think?
Well, there's a chance of that. I mean, you know, sometimes someone superstar will come along and then they give him for about 10 years, give him loads of publicity, and then, you know, any time they'll just knock you down, and he's given them the opportunity now with them missing that penalty. Well, like I said, he's done well, you know, I mean, he's a great lad, but it's hard when you're getting followed and the attention's on you all the time and the media's on you, and it does affect you.
But he will bounce back. He can't have just stopped being a great player.
Time as well, didn't he? When he kicked that fella.
Well, you know, but in Spain, there's a very strange kind of reaction. We got a clip of him playing in Spain, and he's not that popular with everyone. And I mean, like, everyone. Look, this is him taking a corner, and you can see he's getting a few missiles from the crowd. But look who's throwing it.
Ball boys chucking stuff. He tells it off. He tells it off. See that? He actually has to tell the ball was off like this, not like this, mind.
No,
he tells them off like this.
What would you have done, Paul?
I mean, I did that once when I was at Middlesbrough.
But you chucked something at David Beckham.
I was actually at Middlesbrough and I said I love Mars bars, and I had about 1,000 Mars bars thrown at us. And that's why I've got a weight problem. All started from that, you know.
There was a player at West Brom called Willie Johnson who was taking a corner, and he sold his shed, his garden shed, to someone on the terraces.
What, and they chucked it at him?
No, they said, we heard you selling your shed. And he said, I am, you can have it for 20 quid. And the bloke said, done deal, gave him his phone number, and Willie took the corner.
Oh, marvellous. What do you think about the way that football's sort of changing? What do you think, for example, about the fact that kids come onto the pitch now during national anthems? Did you have that in your day?
No, but you just had the mascots.
Right.
You know, but it's nice. It's a nice feeling for a young kid. I mean, I used to be ball boy at Newcastle, yeah.
Did you ever chuck stuff at the players, or...?
No, I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
I used to keep what I found. Good shit in the pocket. Yeah, Mum, look what I've got. Where'd you pitch that one, son?
Sorry, Paul. I'm just going to say that sometimes with the mascots, they don't really want to go on the pitch, but they don't have much choice.
There you go.
And now...
You bully!
I believe it's time
that comes from me father, that. Me dad's the bit for that.
Flames Phoenix from the Flames Phoenix. Ray, we're here to recreate your goal for Ireland against England in the 1988 European Championship.
Of course. You're not really Irish.
I'm not having all that. I played for Ireland. I'm Irish.
Well, in that case, I'm sure you won't mind doing this little test.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, won't see another one.
Get off of me!
Well, Ray, I'm afraid you failed the stand next to Shane McGowan for more than 10 seconds test. Therefore, you're not really Irish.
I am Irish. I'll prove it to you.
Never mind that. Let's talk about the game. There was a great team spirit about that Irish side, wasn't there?
Oh, yes, but some Englishmen didn't understand that.
Look like a pair of puffs to me.
And by the way, I don't want any jokes about us Irish being thick. I think it's the English who are thick. I mean, can you believe that Brian Moore fell for that practical joke played on him by some people from Donegal?
To Pat Bonner, boy from Donegal, where they tell me, in fact, you should pronounce it Boner.
Anyway, Ray, tell us about your goal.
Yes, well, the ball came over from the left wing. Kenny Sampson made a mess of clearing it. John Aldridge headed it over to me, and I headed it in. The cameraman thought Aldridge had scored, but all our manager Jack Charlton was worried about was that he'd lost his hat.
For the Republic of Ireland, Ray Houghton.
Let's talk about the goalman. I'll be John Aldridge, Dave, you be Kenny Sanson, and you be Ray Houghton.
Well, who am I going to be?
Oh, all right then. Well, you be Ray Houghton.
Play Brian Moore.
Sanson only got a half touch to it, under a lot of pressure here. Houghton, it's a goal. Sanson only got a half touch to it, under a lot of pressure here. Houghton, it's a goal for the Republic of Ireland.
Paddy have scored! Paddy have scored!
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you so much for coming, Paul, Jen. Thank you very, very much. Oh, God, that'll be at the door, I think.
Who will that be, do you think?
It could be an old footballer of some sort.
It's John Dempsey. Hello, mate.
Thank goodness.
Hold on, John. You don't look quite right.
Thanks very much, Frank.
There you
Thanks
go.
a lot.
John Dempsey.
Thanks a lot.
You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you. I picked you up, I shook you up, and I turned you round, turned you into something new. Don't you want me, baby?